The magnificent Colorado River is one of the natural wonders of the world. Originating high in the Colorado Rockies and running 1,400 miles to the Gulf of California in Mexico. Hi, I'm Robert Fuller. Please join me and my guest celebrities in the coming weeks. If you do, you'll share with us the excitement and adventure of exploring the spectacular land created by the mighty Colorado River. My guest this week is Anna Alicia. Her natural beauty is the perfect reflection of the incredible beauty of Lake Powell. Anna starred for 7 years on the television series Falcon Crest. Her love of the outdoors has played a big part in her life. Anna's intelligence and charm will make this week's adventure a special pleasure. I'm standing in God's country, about 8,000 feet up in the Colorado Rockies, 85 miles west of Denver in Granby, Colorado. Now, some historians will tell you that the Colorado River starts as a trickle of water higher up in the Rocky Mountain National Park, and that's true. But that trickle flows into Lake Granby, and then flows out of this headwater to become the Grand, as she used to be called. Today it's called the mighty Colorado River. And it wasn't until 2,000 years ago that humans began venturing into these valleys and mountains. The Utes and then the Arapaho controlled this vast area until the United States government acquired 358 square miles in the huge Louisiana Purchase of 1803. In 1843, Scenes in the Rocky Mountains was written by Rufus Sage. He spent 4 years exploring the area. We hope to bring you some of the excitement he must have experienced in our adventure down the 1,400-mile run the Colorado makes to the Gulf of California. The Ute Indians call the land running along the Colorado from Granby to Glenwood Springs their Magic Valley, and for good reason. Each season here has its own magic, for fishermen, hikers, hunters, and skiers. There is magic here for everyone. This week finds us in Page, Arizona. Page is the northernmost city in Arizona on the Colorado River. We're about 250 miles north of Phoenix, near the Utah border, overlooking Lake Powell. Don't go away, we'll be right back. John Wesley Powell was a naturalist, geologist, and teacher before he enlisted in the Union Army to fight on the battlefields of the Civil War. He lost his right arm at Shiloh. Then in 1865, he returned to teaching. But the uncharted lands of the Colorado River drew him like a magnet. And on May 24, 1869, in Green River City, on the Green River in Wyoming, with only 4 small rowboats and 9 companions, Major Powell began a 3-month voyage down the Colorado River. Storms, floods, starvation, and dissension marked his incredible journey. At the John Wesley Powell Memorial Museum in Page, Arizona, there is a wonderful collection of memorabilia dealing with this incredible man's extraordinary adventure. Here are some excerpts from John Wesley Powell's journal. May 24, 1869. The good people of Green River turn out to see us start. We push the boats from shore and the swift current carries us down. May 26, 1869. This is the head of the first of the canyons we were about to explore. We name it Flaming Gorge. The cliffs or walls we find on measurement to be about 1,200 feet high. June 9th, 1869. Running along, I turn a bend and see a man's head above the water, washed about in a whirlpool below a great rock. June 10th, 1869. I find that the only thing saved from the wreck were the barometers, a package of thermometers, and a 3-gallon keg of whiskey. The last is what the men are shouting about. July 5th, 1869. Frank Goodman informs me this morning that he concluded not to go on, saying that he has seen dangers enough. August 15th, 1869. Early in the afternoon, we discover a clear, beautiful creek coming through a gorgeous red canyon. We camp on a sand beach under a great spreading tree. July 11th, 1869. We shoot by a big rock. A reflex wave rolls over our little boat and fills her. I am thrown some distance into the water. The boat is drifting ahead of me 20 or 30 feet. I overtake it and find Sumner and Dunn clinging to her. August 1st, 1869. We explore an alcove. The chamber is more than 200 feet high. Here we bring our camp. When Old Shady sings us a song at night, we are pleased to find this hollow rock is filled with sweet sounds. We name it Music Temple. August 28th, 1869. After breakfast, I ask the three men if they still think it best to leave us. They do. The three climb a crag that overhangs the river to watch us off. Little did Major Powell realize then that all three men would die. Major Powell emerged August 30th from the depths of the Grand Canyon, which he had named, with 2 boats and 6 men and a geological account that was to spellbind the rest of the country and set the foundation for the future of the Colorado River. The success of his historic journey led to the creation of the United States Geological Survey. While on his river exploration, he named Glen Canyon, little realizing that the Glen Canyon Dam, built almost 100 years later, would become a part of his legacy. Page, Arizona is a town carved from the desert. The town was first designed as home base for the thousands of men and women and their families who came to build the Glen Canyon Dam in 1956. Today, the people of Page, Arizona and Glen Canyon Dam have brought the highly erratic and irregular flow of the Colorado River under control, enabling development throughout the upper Colorado River basin. Pretty impressive, huh?
It sure is, Bob. Now, how high is this dam?
The dam is 710 feet high.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when was it constructed?
Well, they started construction in 1956. The dam was completed in 1966. First generator went online in 1963. Remaining generators were finished in 1966.
Now, how much did it cost to build this dam?
A lot. $272 million.
Wow.
93% of that money will be paid back to the United States government by the power revenue. All this power that you see. This dam handles the power to 7 western states.
Now, how deep is the water in this dam?
Well, right now, the way the lake is sitting, it's over 500 feet deep.
That's very deep, considering a 100-foot dive is quite a dive.
Absolutely.
Now, how much shoreline is in this lake?
There's approximately, the way it's running right now, about 1,900 miles of shoreline.
That's a long way to go, isn't it?
There's at least 5 million cubic yards of concrete where we're standing in this dam right now. And to put that in terms that somebody would understand, you could lay a 4-lane highway 4 inches thick that would stretch from Phoenix to Chicago.
Wow, a lot of work went into this dam,
Absolutely,
right?
A lot of concrete. Listen, talking about generators, how'd you like to go down to the powerhouse and take a look at one? They're pretty impressive too.
I'd like to. It's probably less windy down there.
Let's go.
Okay.
Anna, I'd like you to say hi to Gary.
Hi, Gary.
It's Anna.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Glen Canyon.
Thank you.
Gary is the plant manager, and he's been kind enough to tell us a little bit about these generators.
Glen Canyon Dam has a total of 8 generators with a total generating capacity of 1,356 megawatts. Occasionally we have to disassemble our units for periodic maintenance. Right now we have Unit 5 disassembled, and they're in the process of putting in the stationary seal rings in the turbine area on the generators. Part of the process of disassembling and reassembling the generators requires us to completely realign the unit as we put it back together. It's critical that we realign the unit just perfectly because of the weight of the rotor, for example, is 600 tons. So it's rather critical that we get the unit perfectly aligned vertically.
That's fascinating and very interesting. We appreciate it, Gary. We're going to have to go down the road, so if you can tell us how to get out of here.
Okay, we'll go right out this door over here.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
Don't go away, we'll be right back. We leave Page in the background as we take flight to view magnificent Lake Powell. It's hard to believe that a single dam at Glen Canyon has held back enough of the Colorado River to form this 186-mile-long lake. Lake Powell is a water wonderland. There's every kind of boat found here. Houseboating is a very popular way for the whole family to enjoy the lake. Then, of course, there are the wonderful winds of Lake Powell, ideal for the sailor in all of us. There are water sports here for the most active of athletes. World records have been set here in water skiing, one for distance and one for number of skiers in one event. The cruise boat, whether you go day or night, is a great way to get an overview of the lake. The silence and peace of a fishing pole are a big part of this special lake. There are major tournaments held here for bass, walleye, trout, and pike. The arches of Lake Powell are the magic remains that have been formed by winds and time. You can only get to Rainbow Bridge by boat. At 290 feet, it's the highest naturally formed bridge in the world. There is an Indian legend that says whoever stops in its shadow will leave their troubles behind. When you've had your fill of the fantastic variety of water experiences here, you can walk away from it all. Take a hike, if you will. The silent majesty of these canyons and cliffs, unforgettable. This lake is truly a place of dreams, suspended in time and space. We have seen and experienced some incredibly beautiful places on our adventures together down the Colorado River. I know we will share many more before we're done, but here, as the sun leaves Lake Powell, I find it hard to believe that there is anything more beautiful. Pretty amazing, huh? I'm standing in what's called a slot cave or a wind cave. And it was created, believe it or not, by sand and wind over 2 million years ago. It started as a small fracture on the Earth's surface. And little by little, the water and the sand, working in a pyramid effect, created this beautiful cave that we're in. The sand and the water eroded the walls, made them at least 20 to 40 feet wide, and extends probably 200 to 300 yards the length of this cave, anywhere from 20 to 40 feet across. And it took millions and millions of years to create. And the more the sun shines through from the surface, you get these beautiful light effects. This is so much like Star Trek, I feel like saying, "Scotty, beam somebody down." It worked. Anna. Oh, step out here.
What an incredible place.
Look at this. Is this beautiful?
Is this one of God's sculptures, isn't it?
It certainly is. I've seen pictures of it and I've heard about it, but I've never seen it in person.
Just to think, most of us would never get a chance to see something like this.
Absolutely not. And there's a lot more to see. Let's move on down.
Okay.
Walking through a slot cave is a truly unique experience. The feeling is mystical and magical, like being in a meditation chamber in another time. Oh, look at this. Look there. It's like a spiral going up there.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I feel like we're in this gigantic seashell.
That's funny. That's what it sounds like it, too.
Well, can you imagine when this was being created?
The sound.
What the sound effects are like with the wind and the water just...
That's interesting. You know, these caves they started to be formed over 250 million years ago. So you know that at least 65 million years ago, they were just like they are right now, probably.
I want to touch it, Bob.
Oh, sure.
Feels like sandpaper.
Exactly. It's just like it's been sandblasted by the wind and the rain and the water, and that makes that effect. That's interesting, you thought that. But anyway, if the caves were like this 65 million years ago, who do you think took advantage of something like this? Or what?
Don't you go scaring me. Well, we're taking advantage of it now.
Yeah, right, we are. Let's go.
It feels like you're in another world when you're inside there, doesn't it?
Sure does. This is reality. That's amazing. It was fun, though, wasn't it?
That was beautiful.
Well, what do you say we go over to Lake Powell and take advantage of some of their water sports?
That sounds great.
Let's do it. The beauty of the rock spires and cliffs of Lake Powell's fabulous shoreline could keep you entranced indefinitely. Racing over the waters of Lake Powell on wave runners gives you this unbelievable feeling of total freedom. It's really something.
All right, let's go on in. I want you to try something else. All right, let's go.
Yamaha's new Lake Runner is absolutely perfect for an adventure on Lake Powell. Whether you're on a small lake or here, whether you're 15 or 50, the Lake Runner is a terrific way to enjoy the water.
It's a good workout on your legs, and it's so beautiful out here. I got you first.
You already got me enough out there.
I just was starting to get it before we had to stop. I didn't want to go. Do I have to
Oh, honey, you really did so good.
go?
I want to thank you for coming doing the show.
Oh, thank you. I had a great time.
Did you really?
Yes.
I'm
Can I
glad.
have one of each of those, please?
Uh-huh.
And can I have this too?
Absolutely. I'll have all of this sent to California
All
just
right.
for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Okay.
Be sure to be with us next week, especially if you're a fisherman at heart. We'll be at Lee's Ferry, a fishing haven on the Colorado. My guest will be the gifted actress, sportswoman, and outstanding angler, Jennifer Savage.